If you don't like colorful metaphors, curse words, and cutthroat sincerity, you should change the fucking channel. Now, today's subject is love magic. It's not just any kind of love magic. I mean, love magic. Woo! We're gonna go through a hypnotic magical meditation spell at the very end, and it will actually be a love magic spell I'm gonna walk you through, and it will drop you into trance. So for those who don't know, I'm also a hypnotist. So I love to mix and match hypnosis, hermetic magic, and law of attraction. And I mix these different things together because in my model of the world, the way that people teach the shit, it's the same system taught multiple ways. So love magic. Now we're going to go over 3 hypnotic principles and talk about how the definitions of what these things are used for in therapy are the same as 3 different hermetic principles. So hypnosis, hermetics, here we go. So the law of correspondence is the same as submodalities. For those who don't know, the unconscious mind, your brain, can't tell the difference between physical objects and things that you imagine, like movies and what you see in your imagination. If you've ever been in a classroom before and you said, you got lost and you were gone, and all of a sudden you were with that girl and you said the things that you said and you did the things that you did, and nobody knew because you were in your head and you woke up like, and you were in a little fantasy in the classroom, right? That's trance. Trance is our favorite song. It's grandma's perfume. It's a narrowing focus and an absorption in the experience. So when you have those 2 things, you have trance. And we automatically default to different trance states throughout our day. It allows us to remember things and do certain habitual things that you do every day. So we're going to go into trance, and before I have somebody walk into a creative visualization, because most people aren't, their unconscious mind isn't calibrated through years of meditation like me and magic and stuff like that to come up with these creative visualizations. A lot of people struggle to do that, right? Some people have to take drugs to even achieve those states. So before I have somebody create some kind of creative visualization, doing therapy, because I've done hypnosis for years, and I'll have somebody remember a memory. They'll see what they saw, hear what they heard, smell and you taste what you smell and you taste. And I continue to ask them questions, and I won't even tell them to visualize it, because all I have to do is ask them to recall the memory and ask them to get more specific and more specific and more specific. And then in therapy, I'll have the client do things with the memory, and it will do things with the emotions associated with the memory and cause them to get massive amounts of change. So we're going to remember a memory that the memory of that person. You're going to recall this person that you would like to persuade. And by the way, this particular love spell I also use to remove resistance with people. I'm also a boss over 30 people. I have people below me, people beside me, and people above me. And I'm constantly influencing and persuading people. I have years of experience in sales. I've done magic 10 years. I love it. I've done hypnosis for years. I've did therapy for years. And I love people. I love working with people. And this not only is a great way to create love with somebody and cause attraction, it's also a great way to vibrationally influence and remove resistance between you and someone who does not like you or needs to like you. Okay? So when you do this, you're going to get what's called submodalities. In neurolinguistic programming therapy, that is just getting more specific. The more specific you get, the more your brain will light up on a fucking brain scan. And in Hermetics, that would be the law of correlation. This equals that. So, like if somebody has a pain in their body and I want to temporarily turn off the pain for a few hours, I'll ask, well, like a little child, if you could follow my steps and the things that I tell you to do, then first impression, like a little child right now, what color would the pain be? Oh, well, it's red. Oh, well, shit, take the red paint out of your ankle. Make sure you get all that shit because sometimes it likes to hide. Hold it in your hands. Well, what direction is it spinning? Well, it's spinning this direction. Spin it the opposite direction, bitch. Spin it faster, 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 until it can't spin any faster, takes on a life of its own. And when you think you got it, what color is it? It's green. Well, shit, spin it even faster. And when you think you got it and you're almost there, slam it back into your body and allow it with every breath you take, every beat of your heart, to connect with every molecule and atom and every part of your being and every part about you. And when you realize that it's completely there, notice the feeling. If 10 was where it was at, then where would it be at now? Oh, well, it's gone. And if they say 3, then I'll argue the pain away with neuro-linguistic programming techniques. Now, notice how I gave it, they gave it a color, right? First impression. The unconscious mind's always right. They could have said it was blue, red, green, yellow. Whatever they say, the unconscious mind is always right. So correspondence, the color on the leg corresponds with, and I've done that with people with hip pain and all kinds of shit, by the way. And the color corresponds with the pain. The spin I asked for, what direction is it spinning? It corresponds with the pain. I'm not asking for a spin. I'm not asking for a color. I'm asking your nervous system, how do you code this experience in terms of a color, in terms of a spin? And if I can get that code, that shit, then I can play with that shit and we can change it, creating change in the nervous system. You create change on the inside, it creates change on the outside, right? Now, what the ancient Oriental energetics teach, the inside creates the outside. Well, Thoth the Atlantean teaches the same thing in the Hermetic tablets. He teaches the same thing, as above, so below. We learn the same thing in the Bible, as a man thinketh, so is he. We've learned the same thing in neuro-linguistic programming therapy, that all of the potential that you need to create change on the outside is already inside of you. It's a presupposition of neuro-linguistic programming therapy. So, hypnotically, we're going to ask ourselves about the qualities of that person. All right? And the more specific you get, the more feeling you create. And the more feeling you generate in hypnosis, the more it works. The more feeling you generate in law of attraction, the more it fucking works, right? So there so happens to be another analogy at play, and that is the law of analogy and hermetics. So you're taking it and you're spinning it faster and faster and faster, right? And that's of course, I'm talking about healing, I'm talking about therapy, but I'm talking about the principles behind what we're about to do as far as love magic. So that is a metaphorical, metaphysical analogy of you spinning it faster and faster and faster, and it's generating feelings in your body. That's the law in hypnosis that's called the law of cause and effect. Well, in the Hermetic tablet, it's called the law of cause and effect. It's also called the law of analogy. So, it so happens that the more specific you get about the person in the visualization, when you're asking yourself questions about the person, and you start to see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, smell and taste the things that you smell and you taste, the more you get more specific, the more your brain would light up on a brain scan, the more your awareness focus and you get absorbed in the experience because you like the person, then the more you'll start to vibrate on the same wavelength of that person. So that brings me to a law of physics, right? Entrainment, resonance. You put two, it's a miracle. This is a miracle principle, guys. Take your dog out on a walk. Within 15 minutes, your heartbeats will sync with the dog. That's a real thing that was done at heartmath.org, right? You take two metronomes, non-organic metronomes, and women's periods sync. You take two metronomes and they're moving at different rates. Come back within an hour and they're moving at the same rate just because they're next to each other. But that's like magic. It's like a miracle, right? You're thinking so hard about somebody and they just call you. You think that was coincidence? You started vibrating on the same wavelength. You started to see that person, to hear that person, to remember that person. And you felt the feelings that you felt when you were thinking about that person, and it drew them to you over the phone call, right? You thought that was coincidence. That's law of attraction. That's the law of rhythm. If I breathe at the same rate as you, eventually I can start to sway, and you'll start to sway right next to me. So part of persuasion, because I've also done sales for years, I've also done pickup and seduction. You can cause people to sway. You can create feelings in their bodies. First of all, you sync your heart with somebody, change the feelings in your body, and you're changing the feelings in their body. It's a whole nother subject. So, and I will teach how to do that in a few videos from now. So, and by the way, this is not my first rodeo. I've taught this for 10 years. Magic. Now, so what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the steps. We're going to do this shit right now. So, notice the person, right? Think about the person. What's their name? Say it out loud. How tall are they? What color's their hair? What are they wearing? Right, what color are their eyes? What color are their pants? Tell me one more time what color their hair is. And what does their voice sound like? What are they telling you? Shit. And if they were to walk up a little closer to you, right now, where you're at, what would you want them to say to you? What would you want them to say to you? Do you hear it yet? What does their voice sound like when they say it? Shh. And if they were to whisper in your ear right now, what would you want them to say? And now that they're so close to you, now that they're right here, fuck. Allow them to wrap their arms as you wrap your arms around them. How does that make you feel? How does all this change the feelings in your body? How does it make you feel? Tell me. Shit, try to turn it off. No, it doesn't fucking work. Notice what happens instead. And now that you're here and now with this person, what does it look like? That's right. And now, as if you had a magic finger, all-powerful finger, swirl your finger and allow the entire visualization to swirl around your body, and allow yourself to wear it. Wear it, wear it. Wear the feeling, wear the visualization, this power that you hold now. And now that you're spinning it, whatever direction you want to spin it, and spin it, and spin it, and spin it, and allow it to take on a life of its own. Fuck, spin it faster. Faster, and faster, and faster, and faster, and faster. And you think you got it? When you think you... What color is it? Tell me, first impression, like a little child, what color is it? There you go. And that color, whatever color it is, breathe it in like... How did that make you feel? There you go. Okay. I think you got it. Thank you so much. If you'd like any consultation with me or anything like that, you can always do it on my Facebook page or at wearethelotus.com. My Facebook page is a great way to do it. Love you guys so much. I can't wait for this upcoming Halloween. I actually want to post this for Halloween. A Love Magic video for Halloween. I thought that would be a great idea.